In this video, I'm going to show off an experimental feature of jDeploy, and that is to use CheerpJ to generate a web application version for the Swing project that I created in a previous video. So what we're going to do is we're going to compile this to WebAssembly in JavaScript and publish it automatically using GitHub Actions to GitHub Pages, the GitHub Pages site. So in order for this to work, the first thing I need to do is go into the settings of my repository. And again, I set up the project and repository in a previous video. Please, if you're just tuning in now, it's a good idea to check out those previous videos so you can see how we got to this point. But in settings, we're going to go to pages, and we do want to deploy to a branch. And the branch we want to go to, I'm going to create a new branch. Actually, I don't think it lets me do that here. Just out of convention, I'm going to create a branch named GH-Pages. You can call it anything you want, but the build workflows are set up for GH-Pages to work especially. And the source master, sure. And now I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to set up the branch GitHub Pages, set it as root, and it looks like everything is set up. So the next thing I'm going to do is go into my project, and in the project tab, I'm going to go down to jDeploy settings, and there is a CheerpJ tab that has all the CheerpJ settings. So I'm going to check this box to enable web app generation. There's some instructions here, and you can click on the help button to learn more about the CheerpJ support. It's important to note that CheerpJ is a commercial tool that does have licensing options that are quite flexible for nonprofit projects and open source projects, but you should check out the license at the CheerpJ website to make sure that you're complying and using the correct license. But in any case, we're going to check this box, and it gives some sensible defaults. So this has to match, the pages branch has to match what we set up in the repository, and that is we're using the GH Pages branch to publish our web app. And as a path in there, like when you go to your GitHub Pages site, you could just publish it right to the root of the site. But in this case, we're going to publish it at a sub path, and this little placeholder branch will be replaced by the branch name, so that if the build is for the master branch, it'll create the app at your site/master. If it's the dev branch, it'll be site/dev. Now for tags, we're going to always use the same path so that it always has the latest, and that's just going to be a sub path of app. And there is this option for a default path, but we're going to leave it there. That's only if you want to have the same path for branches and tags, no matter what. And let's apply these changes. We'll close, and we'll commit them. Actually, I think I've got package JSON. Would have been updated, commit and push. So we're going to push it there. And let's go back into GitHub and see the progress in our push. So we were on the master branch. So this should create the application at the subpath of master. Now, the way to get to the GitHub Pages is, let's go. The URL is based on your repository. So my username .github.io/ the name of the repository, and I think it was test swing 11. And then we will be going to a sub directory of that. but I'm going to wait for the deployment to be finished. So you can see that another workflow has been set up to run, and this is by GitHub Pages. That's because we triggered the publication with the jDeploy action, and that triggered the GitHub Pages deployment. So it is just working to push it out. This should be done pretty quickly. Build report status, deploying to GitHub Pages. And the app was this one here. It's just a simple app that says, hello, jDeploy 8. It's got a start, and a stop button, and once this is deployed, it's still deploying there. There, it should be deployed. Oh, and look, it does give a link, but in our case, test swing 11, this just has the README there because it's publishing it to a subdirectory of master because we set up the branch. So if we go to master, here it is loading our application. It's got this nice little splash screen. And there we have, hello, jDeploy 8. We've got a button on top. Stop. So this is, like I said, a bit experimental. It's using a preview version of CheerpJ, but it's quite effective. It's I've built the swing set app, and the whole thing works beautifully in the browser. And on Sonoma, what we can do, that's downloads, is we can install it as a web app. Where was just trying? Oh, I've got to do that in Safari. So in Safari, Sonoma has this new feature where you can install a web page. Oh, open in web app. There we go. It's opened in web app. So this opens it kind of like it's a desktop application, but it is the web app version. There's also, let's see, where's the option? Test swing, add to, I'm just trying to remember, add to doc. Maybe that's it. Test swing 11, we'll call it web. I didn't get the icon there. It should. I'm not sure why I didn't get the icon. Might have to edit that. Like I said, experimental. But anyways, it's really neat, cool feature that you can start experimenting with deploying your Swing applications, at least, directly to the web and GitHub Pages.